Today, we want to do a devotion. You remember the scripture where Christ said you and I are to be the light of the world? He's the light and we're to be light. And he also said we are to be salt. That brought to my mind several people that are gone. One, Sister Ella Williams, pastored the New Boston, Kentucky Christian Conference Church for many years, worked with the college students at Shawnee. Well, great lady of the Lord. And she preached a message about the salt one time. Sorry about that. She preached a message about the salt. And I have another memory here of a lady gone by. This is Grandma Ruth, or Roger's mother, my mother-in-law Ruth's salt shaker. And Sister Ella preached a message about, she'd say, how many of you know Jesus said that you're salt? Raise your hand. How many of you know that salt is what the Lord told you to be? Go be salt. Raise your hand, so we'd raise our hand. And she'd say, if you understand all that, why are you keeping all your salt in the salt shaker? She said the salt in the salt shaker set on the table and left there doesn't do anybody any good. That if you just fix it, set it over on the stove, set it anywhere, that all it's going to do is just be salt in a salt shaker. And she said, you and I, many times, instead of getting the salt out and maybe sending a card to this shut in or that shut in, maybe instead of making a call to that person that just lost their mother or their brother or child, maybe instead of you going to church and helping sing the songs and pray the prayers, maybe instead of you spending time with Jesus, you have to get the salt out of the salt shaker for it to be any good. Salt in the salt shaker doesn't make your potatoes any better. Salt in the salt shaker doesn't make the beans seasoned. It has to come out of the salt shaker. Jesus in us has to come out. You have to show love, gentleness, kindness. Jesus said, top 2 commandments, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. No better time than today to share the salt.